Jamie and Catherine from St. Cloud Scheels. We are here to surprise Officer Ryan Priebe today with our next Scheels hometown hero. They are out fishing at Lake George, so we're waiting for the bus to give them a great big surprise.
Welcome to Scheels Hometown Heroes.
Scheels Hometown Heroes is a way for us to say thanks to those that serve our country and our community.
And are still giving back to others today.
We honor your service by sharing your stories.
From all of us at Scheels, thank you for your service.
Priebe! 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 Priebe!
Right there. Right there.
Everything you do is with heart, and it melted mine to the point where we had to come out and say thank you. You are the next Scheels hometown hero.
I don't know what to say.
Congratulations! And I know that you don't like stuff for you. So in a nutshell, there's $1,500 in gift cards for you to help out with equipment, gear, or whatever you need to help with the cop house.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
So today was one of our fishing crew days. We take, I think we had about 20-25 kids from the Boys and Girls Club, a range of ages from probably 8 to 15. And we bus them up to Lake George, which is about 5-6 blocks from here, and we take them out and we introduce them to fishing.
So Ryan, who was recently promoted, when you think of like community service, he's the guy, to be honest. He loves being a cop, but he loves the social connections that he makes in his job, which I think separates him from a lot of folks. That we're all in this business to serve our communities. Ryan takes that to the next level. He's involved in so many different things within the police department, and our youth engagement is what separates him, I think, from most. He spends tons of countless hours with these kids, working with them, whether it's through our hockey program, soccer program, or our fishing program. So that's Ryan, community service to the extreme.
I grew up in a family that always took care of people. We had foster kids. So in our house at any given time, we usually had 2 foster kids. We did emergency foster care for quite a while out of Hennepin County, so it wasn't abnormal for us to, in the middle of the night, drive down to Minneapolis to pick up a couple kids for child protection stuff. And so my entire childhood was growing up underprivileged kids, and that was the life that I knew. My godfather, who was my uncle, was a police officer in Richfield and retired as a captain with the Richfield Police Department. I always thought what he did was super cool, and even though I work patrol now, I still try and come down and do as much as I can with the program. I take a big heart in it. I'm invested in it. I've been here since it started, so.
He's been a part of everything with it, so for him today to get this award is a no-brainer for any of us on our team, and he truly loves being a police officer.
We're all human. We're all out here. We all have the same goals in the end. It's for all these kids to be able to grow up in a community where they're safe. They can play sports. They can learn to fish. They can do everything without fear of violence and things like that.
The big thing for me in regards to Ryan was his shooting in 2020. That had a big effect on the community. That had a big effect on our police department.
Well, in 2020, I was working back on patrol during the COVID schedule. I was involved in a foot pursuit of a suspect who had a handgun on him. During that foot pursuit, the handgun was pulled on me. I was in a relatively close distance. We ended up fighting over the handgun. It went off. It shot me through the right hand. I was able to disarm him, and a couple of my partners were there, and we ended up arresting him. It was a real long struggle to come back physically. It was a 1.5 years of being on light duty. I had 3 different reconstruction surgeries on my right hand. I have a plate and 12 screws still in there.
It was hard to see him injured and not able to work and do what we love to do. And I'm not sure I would have had the strength to come back after something like that.
I struggled to come back, and it took me a couple weeks of just seeing the community again and interacting with kids and stuff and doing these programs again. to remember why I do this job and remember that the bigger part of the community loves us and wants us out here. And I can't see not doing this job. I can't see myself doing anything else. And the best part of my day is when I get to come and do these events. It's always interesting to be out taking road calls, running call to call, being on super stressful things, and then the next thing you know, you're kicking a soccer ball and you don't even remember you're actually at work. Was it hard to come back? Yeah, it was a difficult decision to try and think about, but the reality was when you start looking at the community, it was an easy decision. I was able to push through and physically be able to get back, and I wouldn't do anything else. I love it.